Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Preparing to Survive and Thrive Homesteading Channel, Charlie B. I am doing some garden updates for you this morning. The bugs are absolutely horrendous, buzzing my ears. Very, very warm out here already, and I think it's like 75 degrees, and it's before 7 o'clock. Heat wave. Hold on, let me show you these clips. Okay, so that was Paige there. Now, I want to show you these. This was celery last year, and it looked better, but I deleted the pictures, and it's actually went to seed. There's my Stashy-Washy, my garden kitties. But these are going to go to seed, or are going to seed, and I'm going to get them and be able to plant some celery that's actually grown here on the property. And yes, you saw my hands are very dirty. I've been tying up tomato plants, which we'll get to those shortly. Or maybe before this little clip I put in. Up here, we have, and I know this looks like Queen Anne lace, except for the legs are not hairy on Queen Anne's lace. These are actually carrots that I had planted last year. So these will be second-year carrots, and I'm also going to go for the seeds on these. This is what they start to look like after they've been nice and pretty and white like these guys. So several. This area, I literally just let it come up and do its own thing this year, because everything that was going on in my life, it just didn't happen the way I wanted it to. But that's all right, because now I'm going to get carrot seeds and celery seeds. And this are 2 rows of peppers. These are like a cherry pepper. They're very, very hot, supposedly. No, I did not start these this year. I actually bought all my pepper plants this year from Lurgan's greenhouse, a couple hours away from me. But that's kind of it. And of course, I have my different types of wild things that are growing. And for some reason, this one has totally left my brain of what it's called. Oh well, I'll remember it eventually. When I do, I'll put it in. And more peppers. And this over here, these are my Jerusalem artichokes that have jumped the barrier that I had put up. So I guess the moles and voles and squirrels and stuff, they dig up the roots and they move them around. Of course, there's Paige. She follows me. No, the garden's not nearly as big as it was last year. I really only did the first half and let everything else go. Just too many things. We have lots of tomato plants, and I did not bother to tie them up when I should have. So I had to do them kind of quick and easy, fast. I've been doing this for the last 2 days, and we're getting lots of tomatoes. Anything from Old Brooks, the pineapple tomatoes. Yep. And of course my wonderful giant Romanos for making sauce. These guys, I actually did not have to really tie up too many of them, because they started going up and weaving through the fence, which helped out a lot. This is another scallion, or a scallion, I left go to seed. I already pulled some seeds off. They're starting again, so when they get pollinated, I'll go ahead and grab those. We have more dill down here. Oh, and that's the big dill plant. So they'll be spread all over the garden, and that's fine. I like the smell. We have onion plants here. Now, these were some that I started. They kind of died back, but I went ahead and replanted them there. And these will be all going to seed, because this is kind of my seed area. I plant things from last year, and hopefully they come up and will produce seeds. This was a big one. I pulled the seeds off of those already. This one's actually been going for like 3 or 4 years. And then we have our tomato, our tomatoes are lopping over, but a whole another row of onions right up through here. We have some on the backside, which good luck seeing them. And over here, and yeah, I need to pull more weeds, are our sugar snap peas. Well, something got in here and ate the tops of them off. So they're starting again. Seems to be my happening every year. As you can see, this one is very bit off. They were this tall when they all got taken out, and I started actually putting a deer repellent, and there's Paige again, a deer repellent on these guys. So, but hopefully we will get a little bit of these, and I have some gypsum weeds coming up. And no, I did not pull them out because they are very tough. So that's what we have going on right here. See, my onions are hiding and everything. This plant right here, and this comes up every year in my garden. Oh, here's a better one. This is actually called red root or pigweed. It's technically amaranth, and it grows wild here. But I leave some of it come up because the cucumber bugs like to eat this, and so do other bugs. I do, unfortunately, have potato bugs. I've seen multiple eggs on the tomato plants instead of the potato plants this year. And we have plenty of catnip growing. It comes up wild. Strawberries do not do very good this year. Not that you can see them because something came in there and ate most of their heads off. So I actually need to get in there and weed that to find strawberries. And I planted 50 new plants. More onions back there. And of course my potatoes working in. And let me take you down to the other garden area that I had started this year. Well, started a couple years ago with sunflower seeds, and so this year's a little different. Hey, so there's my shadow. The sun's behind me. It's still fairly early in the morning, but this is the kind of another experimental garden. I took a little bit area and I really tilled it up this year, and this may actually end up being our main garden, but this year we're just trying just different things. I was given some cantaloupe plants and watermelon. Switch those around. These are the cantaloupe, if I'm not mistaken. And I've got like 6 of, I think it's 6 between the two. But I was having a really hard time with the deer down here. I don't have fences put up yet. Everything kind of just with the broken ankle and the mother-in-law, everything just kind of flatlined this year. Things got way out of hand. With things we were trying to do, we didn't get a lot of things finished. But I started planting some extra tomatoes down here. They're actually doing really good. Well, they're not getting any tomatoes. They're going very slow. But I have not watered these guys, and that's kind of been an issue because it has not been very good. Down here, I planted my sweet potatoes. Yes. The deer ate these completely down, and I started using something called repellent and another deer and rabbit repellent, and they're actually starting to come back. I have like 48 of these plants, and they literally just wiped them out. I came down every morning and was literally replanting them because they were pulling them out. And this is, you can see where they've been bit off and everything. But they're coming back. I think the deer actually left 2 of them that they didn't bite off. That was, very kind of them. First it was like 6 or 8. Then they just came in and wiped them out. But here we go. So, like that one, I think the deer left that one alone, and it's doing much better now. I could be wrong. Nope. Actually, I see where it bit it off. They've eaten some of these guys off, but that one they didn't at least pull out. So, but this one they've left alone pretty good. But this repellent seems to be really working good. And we have our potatoes for this year in 2 rows. Now, these were our potatoes from last year. We did not finish eating them. And we didn't get that many, so I left them mainly go to seed. And they had eyes on them like a foot long. We just dropped them over them, shoveled them over, and just going to let them see what they do. So, oops, I'm stumbling around. No, I have not been drinking this morning, but it's a thought sometimes. More potatoes. And we have some, these are peanuts. Now, these looked really pretty when I planted them. As you can see, The deer just demolished them, but they're coming back too. I have a nice long row. There's black peanuts and red peanuts. And I don't know what the difference are. I've never seen the difference between them. But they're trying to come back. I'm going to have to actually water them if we don't get some rain here. But that's experimental plot number 1. And we're going to go up to the other one. Now we're up here along the road to experimental plot number 2. These are some type of squash or pumpkin. Don't know which. They came up as volunteers when I was feeding the chickens out here over the winter. I'm not going to knock it because they're pretty nice so far. So far I haven't gotten any fruit, haven't even seen any flowers, but I think they are starting to come. And of course these guys are not being watered other than rain. Lots of different volunteers. We also have some buckwheat here that's volunteering. And that's good because I planted it last year, a couple years ago, and they didn't come up. So let's walk with me. I've thrown clover down on all my experimental gardens, low clover, white clover, to keep the grass down, and we are literally pulling out weeds as we go. Most of this that's coming up right now is not clover, unfortunately. But it's some type of ground cover, and we are going to try to mow this. This was another volunteer. Lots of different volunteers. Oh, we have a flower. Yes, indeedy do. Check that out. Now, I have yet to figure out what male or female flowers are, but hopefully they will be producing lots of them. Now these guys I did plant, and I have anything from spaghetti squash to butternut squash to some good old flat tan pumpkins that we like to make pumpkin pie out of, or just eat with some cinnamon and brown sugar on it. And I also have more pumpkins, and down here the flat tan ones, and I have 2 watermelon and 2 cantaloupe plants down here growing. But I've just been kind of sticking things in different places around here to see what will grow best, and I'm not watering these. I am putting deer repellent on them, so they're not doing too bad. I'm hoping for rain the next couple days. We have been in pretty much an absolute heat spell. Oh, there's my Stashy Washy. Good morning, Stash. But it's been like a heat index of over 100. And yeah, here's some more of those flat tan pumpkins that I threw in there. I just wish more of them would have came up. So, but that's pretty much my garden updates this year. We're just seeing what's going to grow and going from there. I hopefully will be planting wheat out in this area in the fall, and I'll go more into that one for you. Lots of rocks. I should have named this place the Rocky Slant. But that repel all seems to be working pretty good. And the other repellent I got, I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to send you a picture of it. But it says if bees are foraging around it, you can't put it on it. So when I bought it, didn't read it, unfortunately. I am using it, but just on places where there's no flowers growing, such as the sweet potatoes at the moment, or the little bits. This is gypsum weed. That's got to go. And there's another squash. But like I said, what is coming up is doing awesome. The heat wave is kind of killing us. We're hoping for thunderstorms tonight, tomorrow. I guess we'll see if we get them. But again, that's pretty much my garden updates. And yeah, well, there's my garden updates. You can see I've got some experiments going on as usual for me, and we're going to have plenty of tomatoes this year when they get going, and some seeds for hopefully next year's garden. So remember, if you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe. Charlie B signing out. I'll be seeing you soon. Hopefully, I'll be getting more videos out since things are starting to calm down some. See you in a bit.